Schwartz Sports Memorabilia is your leading source for all your sports memorabilia needs. From autographed jerseys and helmets to balls, Funkos, photos, and more. They conduct hundreds of in-person signings with the likes of Barry Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, Larry Bird, and many more. In addition, Schwartz Sports offers an exclusive line of mystery boxes available online at schwartzsportsmemorabilia.com. Once again, that's schwartzsportsmemorabilia.com. Have you been hanging and banging, brothers and sisters? Have you been in the gym, pumping that iron, and getting yourself in top shape? If so, you need to fuel your body, and nobody can do it better for you at a better price and a better quality product than our friends at Best Price Nutrition. That's bestpricenutrition.com. 1-800-499-4810. They got free shipping on orders over $99 in the USA. They even have a 30-day return policy. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Price Nutrition is where it's at. Here we are again, everybody, back in action with the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is Windy City Wrestling. That's right, it's television taping time for Windy City Wrestling. Remember, we are just doing one studio show a week right now, and then we have our television tapings every other week. So, here we are, and we're going to have to make an adjustment here to make sure that we get this in the Windy City studio. And, there it is. There's the Windy City Studios. And we're good to go here. Let's see who's absent. And quite a few people. And of course, we're losing Mad Max and Viano 5, both of which we had on our roster. But it looks like Abdullah the Butcher is available. So I suppose... Oh no, we're good to go. We didn't have him. We have Terminator RIGGS in the main event. Excellent. We just have to bump out Viano 5 here. And it looks like I'm doing that thing again where I can't access the lower part. What the hell? It irritates me when it does that. All right. So Viano 5 we wanted to use. Let's plug in Tony Charles instead. So Butch Schultz will face Tony Charles. All right, going back to our screen here. So we just have the absent workers. It doesn't look like we have any incidents, backstage incidents. That's a good sign. So let's go ahead and see who we're going to feature tonight here on Windy City Wrestling. All right, we are going to see Debbie Combs in action. The Untouchables will be in tag team action for us tonight. We're going to see Stormy Apollo. Johnny Stewart's going to be wrestling in singles action. Big Bad Ron Powers. Frank the Tank Melson. And in our main event, we're going to see the Midnight Express challenge the Windy City Dream Team for the Windy City Tag Team title. We're going to see the Mighty Thor in action. The Beach Boys will be lining up in a tag match for us. Cowboy Cody Hunter is in singles action. The legend Tony Charles, the crafty veteran that he is, will be in singles action for us in the light heavyweight division. Big Bad Ron Powers once again will be featured. He's featured every week on TV. We're going to see Buddy Rose and Doug Summers in tag team action. And then our main event, Terminator RIGGS is going to face Steve Regal for that Windy City Heavyweight Championship. With that saying, everybody, not with that saying, with that said, everybody, let's get to booking. Here we go. Habana versus Debbie Combs in the opener. They're going to go 3 minutes. And here we go with Habana. I don't know if that's supposed to be pronounced Havana. I could be wrong. I'm going to keep calling her Habana. I don't know. Here is, she's a glow girl, so she's going to lose. All right, here's Debbie Combs. Debbie Combs with the win. And that one is in the books, everybody. Up next for television taping time here, we have Pullins and Oliva versus the Untouchables. And something tells me that this is not going to go well for Pullins and Oliva. the Untouchables are a pretty bad tag team. All right, Keith Pullins here. Doing a good job for us in an enhancement match. His hair's not doing a good job there. He's losing it. I can relate. That's what happens to us men sometimes. All right, here's the Untouchables. Remember, they are engaged in the feud with the Golden Boys. And look at that. Keith Pullins is injured. Keith Pullins is going to remain in there. It'll hurt the score, but it's probably not going to be able to hurt the score any worse than what it already is going to be. So Buster is going to get the win. And up next here, we have David Price, Wolfman Jr. He's going to face Stormy Apollo. And Stormy Apollo is going to get that win, everybody. So here we go. Price versus Apollo. And again, I still haven't figured out if Stormy Apollo is actually a middleweight or if he's a light heavyweight. It is tough to tell with the old footage. Looks like he's a tall guy, but it looks like he's cut up, but he's got a slim build. So here we go. Stormy Apollo going to get the victory here over David Price. And up next, I think we have a promo with the Untouchables. We do, and they're going to go 5 minutes with none other than Mr. Nitty. And here we go. There's Mr. Nitty, the genius mind he is of tag team wrestling. And there's his team Buster and Ice. And as I said before, Ice was a huge dude. Monstrous. I mean, he made the Anvil Jim Neidhart look small. All right, there's Bill Robinette holding things down for us. And Mr. Nitty is going to be the only one rated. And of course, they're going to be talking about Mike Summers and Jimmy Holiday. And they're both off screen. So there we go. That segment is booked. And I was trying to check for medical real quick here. I can't remember if this is the save where Mike Summers is injured or if that's the WWA save. Either way, they're not being used on this card, so it's not the end of the world. All right, we're ready to move on here. Tolos the Greek is going to face Johnny Stewart. And here he is, Tolos the Greek. I think his name was Mike Tolos. No, John Tolos, I think, was his name. And he was used for years by the AWA for enhancement. There's Johnny Stewart. And there's Tolos the Greek. Johnny Stewart's going to get the win. This one is booked. All right, Steve Regal, the Windy City Heavyweight Champion, is going to cut a promo for us. And ideally, this would be him setting up next week's match against Terminator RIGGS. So here is Steve Regal. Here's Bill Robinette. There's no sense in putting Terminator RIGGS in there since they're not in a formal feud. And we're ready. That one is set. Up next here, we have John Rizzo versus Ron Powers. And I think we all know the fate of Rizzo here as Ron Powers continues his winning way. Winning ways. All right, there's John Rizzo. Here is Ron Powers. Big bad Ron Powers. And he is a big dude. And he is jacked up. And he is bad. Bad to the bone. All right, here's Ron Powers getting the win. Up next, we have the Windy City Dream Team cutting a promo. And as we know, these promos could go any which way. All right. And our Windy City Tag Team Champions are going to cut their promo here. And of course, that team is made up of Lance Allen and Eddie Strong. And they're talking to Bill Robinette here. Entertainment, booked. All right. Up next here, we got Crimley, Jeff Crimley versus Frank the Tank Melson. And this one won't last long as Frank the Tank puts Jeff Crimley down. All right, here we go. Frank Melson with the win. Guarantee it's going to be by that big splash that he does. And the Midnight Express is going to cut a promo here with Paulie Dangerously. And Paulie Dangerously can talk like no other. And here's Dennis Condrey. Here is Randy Rose. And of course, they're talking with Bill Robinette. Paulie Dangerously is based on entertainment. Everybody else is not. That one's booked. And here comes our main event. 18 minutes, I think. 2 versus 2. And we are going to have the Midnight Express against the Windy City Dream Team. We can auto-name this one. But the Windy City Dream Team gets the C after their names to indicate that they are the reigning and defending tag team champions. So here we go. We are going to have a draw. We're going to have a double count out here on television. And this will help this feud grow. And let's try an epic. I don't know if the Windy City Dream Team is ready, but it's worth a shot here. And what do we got? We got 1 more minute. So that means we're going to give the Midnight Express 1 more minute for their promo. And we're going to make that adjustment here for the future shows. All right, let's go ahead and start this one. Let's see how we do. Not a bad score at all for a tiny little independent promotion. 27. McCarch, George Shire doing a good job at the commentary booth. Debbie Combs looks good. All right, red text to doom here. And it's as bad as we thought it would be. And 18 overall as the Untouchables defeat Keith Pullins and Pancho Oliva. Awful. Just awful. But then again, not the end of the world for an independent promotion. Stormy Apollo wins with that high knee over Wolfman Jr. here. 22 overall. Rolling right along. Hey, not bad. The Untouchables get a 46 in their promo. Not bad at all. See, Mr. Nitty? That guy means business, everybody. Gained heat, too. The promo gained heat. All right. All right, 27 as Johnny Stewart defeats Tolos the Greek. And we are going to have to check Johnny Stewart's finisher. I know we talk about this often, but it's strange that sometimes the finishers just don't apply when you start the new save. I can't say I understand it, but every new save I do, that's what happens. All right, up next here, Steve Regal. Hey, not bad at all for an indie promotion. 62 on the promo. I like it. All right, keeping on here. John Rizzo against Ron Powers. We get a 30 overall. And Ron Powers wins with that big powerbomb hold. Ron Powers is the man. Here we go. We got red text to doom all over the place. And it looks like Eddie Strong is the one holding back his team. 40 overall for these two. They'll get better. Don't worry. All right, Frank Melson gets the win over Jeff Crimley with that big splash, just as I predicted. 21 overall. And let's hope for a really good promo here and a really good main event to save our card, because we need it. All right, there we go. A whopping 52 for this promo, which I don't understand. These guys were on national television with the AWA. How are they not doing better than this? But, it's a little TEW screwy. That's all I can say. All right, now our main event gets a 67 overall, so this may help us. We may have saved the day here. And we got psychology issues here. Got struggles all over the place. And I think the mistake was using Epic. But let's see if we get a gain. We do get a gain in both our territories, so that's a good sign. We can go ahead and finish this one up. And we're ready to book our next batch of shows here. And we have Houdini and the Mighty Thor opening things up here. Here we go. Houdini and Thor. They're going to go 3 minutes, obviously. And Houdini, the man, man, did he look good. How he did not make it huge based on look alone blows my mind. Here's the Mighty Thor, who's not very good at all. He's going to get the win here. And that one is booked. Up next for our tag match, we're going to have Michael Sexton and Jason Walker against the Beach Boys. So Johnny Stewart's on TV 2 weeks in a row. So here we go. Sexton and Walker versus the Beach Boys. Here's Jason Walker. Here is Michael Sexton. Here are the Beach Boys. We're going to have Sonny Rogers get the win for his team here. Mr. TV Guide, Sonny Rogers. I don't think he was Mr. TV Guide yet at that point, but he eventually would be. That's how I met him. What a nice guy. Here's Mickey Shannon and Cody Hunter, and Cowboy Cody Hunter is going to get the win here. And here is Mickey Shannon. Here's Cowboy Cody Hunter. Cody Hunter with the W here. Up next, the Golden Boys are going to cut their promo. It's going to go 5 minutes. And here we go. The Golden Boys got a promo. And we have Mike Summers, Jimmy Holiday. They're talking to Bill Robinette. And they're talking about Buster and Ice. Not Buddy Rose, Buster. There we go. And Ice. So here we go. Entertainment. Entertainment. Not rated, not rated, not rated. Off screen. Off screen. Bam. That one's ready. All right. Butch Schultz and Tony Charles. Tony Charles, of course, the crafty veteran who was most recently seen in World Class as Checkmate. His masked gimmick. Tony Charles was smooth as silk, everybody. If you've never gotten the chance to see him, watch some of his matches on YouTube. Watch one of his matches. Watch some of his matches. Watch as many matches as you want, because Tony Charles was excellent, and we are lucky to have him here in Windy City. All right, that one is booked up. Up next, we got Hurricane Smith. He's going to do a promo, and excuse me, I think his manager is Saul Kretschmann. It is. So here we go. Saul Kretschmann cuts a promo with Hurricane Smith. Saul Kretschmann is a very good trash talker. Here's Hurricane Smith. They're talking to, not Houdini, Hurricane Smith. They are talking to none other than Bill Robinette. And they're talking about, of course, Frank the Tank Melson. So here we go. Entertainment, not rated, off screen. Bam, that one's ready. All right, up next, we got Julio Rodriguez versus Ron Powers. And Ron Powers is going to put the hurt on Rodriguez. And Rodriguez knows it, and he's okay with it. He's happy just to get the paycheck. So here we go. Rodriguez versus Powers. And there is Ronnie Powers. Big bad Ronnie Powers. Hot momentum. Soon it'll be white hot momentum. All right. That one's in the books. Ron Powers with the W. Up next, we got Buddy Rose and Doug Summers cutting a promo. Buddy Rose was a very good talker. Doug Summers definitely had a presence about him. So this will probably be a decent promo for us. And they're talking to Bill Robinette. Entertainment. Entertainment. There we go. And we have Dino Casanova and Brian Walsh versus Rose and Summers. This one, of course, is going to go 3 minutes. Another squash match. And there is Dino Casanova. Here is Brian Walsh. They, of course, are facing Rose and Summers. Very dangerous team. They may be Yeah, they are the AWA World Tag Team Champions right now. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. They can't lose for us. All right, we're going to have Doug Summers get the win. Not that they were going to lose an enhancement match anyway, but just overall, we can't have them lose. All right, Steve Regal is going to cut a promo. It's going to go 6 minutes. And for those of you new to the channel, this is how television was booked in the 80s. I know a lot of you may not understand that, and you're younger and you're used to seeing what we've seen on WWE for the last 20 years, plus what we've seen on AEW, but that is actually what they consider hot-shotting. You have no desire to see a live wrestling show now because you're getting it all on TV. And if there are live wrestling shows, which there aren't very many anymore, they are just continuing the storylines on TV. Instead of the build-up being on TV and the payoff in that paid event that you have to attend to. That's the difference between what we're booking here, that's just supposed to be 1987, and 2022. Soon to be 2023, everybody. Boy, this year has rolled by. All right, in our main event, we are going to have Terminator RIGGS versus Steve Regal. And chances are good this is not going to get us a very good score, but we're just starting out. It's going to take a while to build things up. So here's Terminator RIGGS. Here is Steve Regal. And we're going to have Steve Regal get the win clean. All right. That one's booked. So we're 1 minute short. Let's give Rose and Summers an extra minute for their promo. There we go, 65. We're ready. Start that show. 14. 14 for the opener, everybody. The mighty Thor got outscored by Houdini, and he had an in-ring performance of 14. Wow, was that bad. All right, up next, the Beach Boys get a 30 overall as they defeat Michael Sexton and Jason Walker with the Beach Blast finisher. I'm not even sure what that is, but it sounds cool. All right, we got some penalties for inexperience, inconsistency, the usual. Up next, Cody Hunter. We got to check his finisher. Now, I know that I set him a finisher when I put him in the game, and I don't know why he doesn't have one here. But again, it's because sometimes the stuff doesn't transfer over with the new saves. All right, 18 overall, 39 for the Windy City Dream Team here. Not bad at all for these two young guys. I'll take it. That's almost a 40. Tony Charles wins with his Boston Crab, 57 for Mr. Charles in singles on his own. For his own score, I should say, 40 overall. Not bad stuff for our fledgling independent promotion. And here we go. Saul Kretschmann notches a 36 promo with Hurricane Smith as they hype up the upcoming matches with Frank Melson. All right, Ronnie Powers gets us a 34 after he takes down Rodriguez with that powerbomb hold. And Rodriguez actually didn't have a bad score for himself here, 31. And here we go, Rose and Summers, the AWA World Tag Team Champions on television every week. Blood feuds with the Midnight Rockers, and somehow their promo only notches a 58. Wow. All right, we're going to move up here, and here we go again. The World Tag Team Champions, 85, 79, 20, and a 21, and somehow their score is dropped all the way down to a 55. Not good. Not good at all. We're in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see if Steve Regal can save the day. Steve Regal just did save the day with a 70 promo here with Bill Robinette. Isn't it the same guy that just in the last show only got a 60 for his promo? Magically now he gets a 70. What's going on here, TEW? What is going on? All right, main event. A lot better of a score than I thought we were going to get. Steve Regal defeats Terminator RIGGS with that Fort Lauderdale leg lock, and we get a 65 overall. And Steve Regal single-handedly saved this show. Here we go. Gains in our two areas where television is shown once again. We got a whopping 140 people that showed up to the show, and you know that we lost big money last month. Guaranteed. All right, so we're getting ready for Friday night's show. Of course, it's a studio show. We're going to be in Chicago, and somehow this got messed up because we're in the first week of July now. So I don't know where or how that got botched, but it did. And we have no incoming here. That's one of the first times I've ever seen that. Let's see how much money we lost last month. Last month, we lost $11,000. We lost even more money than the previous month. How did we do in merchandise? Got $3,200 in merchandise. So we'll be okay for a while. We're going to have to figure things out and go from there. Let's take a look around the wrestling world here. And Randy Savage and the Hearts defeat Tito Santana and the Bulldogs, 99 overall. Understandable. They ran in Spokane. Spokane? I think it's Spokane, Washington, right? Demolition over the Killer Bees. Wow, that's a lot of tag team matches. All 6-man and tag team matches. Wow. Fair enough. Let's see the NWA with Rudin Fernandez over Brad Armstrong and Big Bubba Rogers, 80 overall. They ran the Great Western Forum and only drew 667. This is an interesting card. There is a lot of crap on this card. No doubt about it. Wow. Very lousy. All right, UWF ran. They're still in business for now. Buddy Roberts over Eli the Eliminator for the title, 92. Good for them. Fantastics over the Sheep Hurdles, 88. This is a good card right here. This is a really good card. Good for them. Championship Wrestling from Hawaii, just pretty much on their deathbed at this point. And Championship Wrestling from Florida, Buddy Landell and Tijo Khan over Kevin Vaughn and Scott Steiner. Wow, that's interesting. It's a Sportatorium show, or at least they ran the Sportatorium. Oh, it was a TV taping. Fair enough. See what else is on there. Nothing else that catches my eye. That's going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. For those of you that are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and leave us a message below. If you would like version 9 of the Supermod, head on over to braddrake.net, drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to send you a link to the database and the picture pack. And for those of you looking to find us on social media, you can do it by going to facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. You can also find us over on Reddit by using the subreddit TEW 2020 Friends. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.